As a pioneering mental health advocate and longtime supporter of caregivers, Rosalynn Carter has led an influential public life. Here's how the wife of Jimmy Carter has used her platform to advance important causes. Plains, Georgia native Eleanor Rosalynn Carter was not exactly your typical First Lady. In fact, the 39th First Lady once famously told the New York Times in 1977, "I've never had time for friends. Besides, I never was one for coffee clatches."
What do you think the public perception of Rosalynn Carter is?
I don't know. It's probably what people like you say. She's a steel magnet.
While a statement like that could certainly ruffle a few feathers, many people attribute her no-nonsense work hard, then work harder attitude to her tough upbringing. Rosalynn's blue-collar working father died when she was only 13 years old, and then it was up to her mother to take the reins and provide a life for her family. While her mother got a job as a dressmaker, Rosalynn did her part too, going to work at a hairdresser's shop. The work ethic she cultivated as a young woman would later prove to be useful when both she and her husband, former President Jimmy Carter, worked long hours to run their peanut company. She revealed during an interview, according to the McNeil-Lehrer report, "We'd come home at night, we'd get up in the morning, we'd go to work, which is the way I think a lot of people live." But what else is there to know about the famous First Lady? As it turns out, she used her platform to create lasting change. It has often been recounted that Rosalynn Carter could not care less about First Lady fashion etiquette. In fact, as reported by the New York Times, after a grueling day's work, instead of changing into something a bit more formal, the First Lady opted to arrive at the Kennedy Center for a viewing of Mark Twain Tonight wearing her work attire, a beige jumper and navy blouse. Luckily for Rosalynn, what she lacked in fashion sense she made up for with her political endeavors. Carter's dear friend Mary King told the New York Times, "She wants to do something national in impact and realizes she's in a position to use that influence to do good. She has never said this but has always felt that in her heart, she believes the Lord has put her in a unique situation where she could get things done." Perhaps one of Rosalynn Carter's greatest areas of achievement, however, is the work she has done serving as a mental health advocate. Widely known as the First Lady of Mental Health, Rosalynn launched her efforts back in 1966. Her interest in mental health was spurred after she met a woman who spent long hours in a factory, only to go home and provide care for her mentally ill daughter while her husband went to work. After that one encounter, Rosalynn hit the ground running by making it her personal mission to provide better mental health services for patients and their caregivers.
We know that mental illness is a disease as any other. It can be diagnosed, it can be treated.
When asked during an interview with Parade in November 2013 about the legacy she hoped to leave in the world, the former First Lady answered, "I hope I've contributed something to the mental health field, but I hope people will think, I've had so many wonderful opportunities, I tried to take advantage of them." In addition to her work as a mental health advocate, Rosalynn Carter also dedicated her career to supporting caregivers, most notably by launching the Rosalynn Carter Institute for Caregivers in 1987. Regarding her work in the field of caregiving, Rosalynn told Next Avenue in 2012, "My work with caregiving grew out of my mental health work. I had seen so many families burdened with caregiving for those with mental health issues." She went on to add, "When giving speeches on the topic of caregiving, audience members came up to me crying, saying that this was the first time someone understood what they were going through." Additionally, as someone who didn't realize they were technically a caregiver until she got involved with this work, Rosalynn made it her mission to support others who are walking the same path. She told Next Avenue, "I have seen firsthand why it is important for families to have places to go to for help. It is so crucial."